In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Plasma, ticker symbol XPL. This for me is one of the most undervalued layer ones in the crypto market right now. It's a new project. You guys know I like new projects, and I'm going to be talking about it today in this video. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe as well to the channel if you're new. There's a massive promo going on right now with Blowfin, so check out that promo link linked down below to potentially get exclusive rewards. So Plasma XBL, it's a layer one, like I said. They have a market cap around $480 million with a fully diluted market cap of $2.6 billion. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're instantly thinking that is a very big amount of dilution. That is true, but the dilution will not be coming in for a very long period of time. And we'll get into the tokenomics a little bit later. But that isn't a worry of mine, and I'll show you why later. It's in the stablecoin narrative. So it's a layer one built for stablecoins. And we know this cycle has been dominated by stablecoin narratives. Okay. You just need to turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, these business news channels. All they're talking about is stablecoins. We've had the Genius Act from Donald Trump, essentially legitimizing stablecoins. And even Cathie Wood came out and said that she is lowering her Bitcoin target because of the activity with stablecoins, potentially taking away some of the use cases of Bitcoin. Okay. Whether you agree with that or not doesn't really matter. The point is, people are talking about stablecoins, and this whole bull run largely has been dominated by stablecoin talk. And Plasma, like I said, is a chain entirely built for that transactional layer. Now, the thing is with Plasma, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be saying this in the comment section down below, it's had a pretty brutal sell-off, so you're probably not going to buy it. But the thing is, most VC-backed layer ones, and we'll get into the VC backers in a minute, most VC-backed layer ones typically have big sell-offs when they launch. Sui did this, and a bunch of other successful layer ones did the same thing. And by the way, I made a 7x on Sui from the point I bought to the highs. And if you're in my VIP group, you would have gotten Sui at a really good price. So it's all about knowing when to get in. It's all about knowing when to get in. Like, you can buy the top and potentially lose 80% of your money, 90% of your money on one of the new VC launched layer ones. Or you can wait for the insiders to take their profits because they got the coin at a way better level. During the private round, they would have got it way cheaper. And then you can wait, you can let it dump, you can let it have kind of like a rounding bottom, and then you can jump in. And that's exactly what I think Plasma is doing right now. If we take a look at the chart, you can see that, you know, it's kind of bottoming out here, it looks like. I mean, it's not really showing a lot of volatility here, and that is typically when you get to a bottoming out structure. You can see that it's had the bulk of its sell-off already, and that was a pretty brutal sell-off. I mean, if you bought this thing at launch, which I didn't, but if you bought it at launch, you experienced a huge drawdown. I mean, let's go from the highs here to the lows. I mean, you would have lost 85% almost on your money from buying the top. And that is what happens in crypto if you get greedy. And I need to make this point really, really clear to you guys. You cannot FOMO into projects when they are giving massive green candles. Buy the fear, not the greed. And right now, Plasma looks to me like it's, in a very apathetic point of its price action. People aren't really interested in it. People don't really care about it. And that is typically a good time to buy. That's when I bought Sui around the 70 cent region. Everyone was bored of it. People thought it was a scam. People thought it was useless. That is when I would be also buying Plasma. So I've basically just been averaging in during this dump here since the massive sell-off. I've just been averaging in, lowering my buy average price. And I think I've got a pretty good average right now. If it goes to all-time highs, I'm going to be up a ton on my money. Now, if you want to see exactly when I'm buying and selling certain cryptos, you can see by becoming a VIP member, you'll gain access to a 24/7 active Discord community, which literally never sleeps. I'm in there all day, talking to the members on voice chats, doing VIP live streams, and just interacting with the group. You can see there's over 100 reviews, and every single one of them is 5 stars. Highly recommend it. Now, when we look into the backers for Plasma, this is super, super interesting. I was doing my research on Plasma a little while back, and I was going into the investors and backers section of Crypto Rank, and I was scrolling, and then I clicked this little bit here, okay, and I could see that Peter Thiel was one of the angel investors of Plasma. and you can actually click on him as a person, and then you can see all the different investments he's made in crypto. Interestingly, he put $20 million, $20.5 million to be precise, of his capital into XPL Plasma. That to me shows this is a project with connections. This is not one of your lousy projects, a bunch of guys sat on beanbags who have no connections, no network. This is a project full of serious individuals who are trying to scale a project in the stablecoin and banking kind of cross border sector. Now, I mentioned earlier that the vesting is not a concern of mine, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So, whenever I buy a crypto, I plan to hold it and then sell it when I believe the crypto market is topping out cyclically. We have a 4-year cycle. Maybe this time it's going to be a bit different, but typically, you hold a coin maybe for 6 months to a year, something like that, and then you get rid of it, and then maybe you buy it back in the bear market if it is worthy to buy back in, right? So let's just keep that in mind. We're not going to be holding Plasma XPL for 5, 10, 15 years down the line. Who knows? Maybe I'll hold it next bull market, but I plan to sell it whenever we see crypto showing signs of euphoria. So if we look at the current circulating supply, you can see that Plasma currently has a circulating supply just under 19%. Let's say in a couple months' time, where is it going to be? Well, January 25th, 2026, it's going to be at 21.6%. So it's going from 19% to 21.6% circulating supply, very minimal dilution. That's something I'm personally not worried about. Yes, it gets pretty bad as you go on, but this continues for like years and years and years. We don't need to worry about late 2026 because I plan to be fully out of the market way before then, based off my current analysis that I'm doing with the macro. Another great thing about Plasma is the TVL. The market cap on Plasma is incredibly small when you think about it. Like I said, just a few hundred million. But when you go and look at the TVL, it is ranked 8th out of all the different crypto chains in terms of TVL, $3 billion in TVL. And if you rank it in terms of stablecoin TVL, it is ranked 10th with 1.8 billion in stablecoin TVL. So that is really, really competitive, especially when you consider the market cap. The DeFi TVL is incredibly high. It beats Hyperliquid, it beats Avalanche, and it even beats Sui in terms of DeFi TVL. That is your total value locked. So all in all, I am very bullish on Plasma XPL. The backers are strong, the project's strong, and it looks like it's bottoming out right now. With a $480 million market cap, I believe it is inherently undervalued when you look at the statistics, when you look at the data, and I believe it does have potential to potentially do anywhere between a 5 to a 20x this bull market, depending on the strength of the altcoin rally that we have. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure to check out my VIP group, link down below. As I've said, I'm in there every single day talking to the members, reviewing projects, reviewing your portfolios, and the track record of mine speaks for itself. I called the 10x in 10 days on Avantis just recently. I then took some of that money, put it into Zora, and Zora doubled in a day. So we have a very good track record despite the market being pretty bad lately. Highly encourage you to check it out. You can always cancel if you don't like it, but based off the reviews, it's all 5 stars. So there's pretty much no complaints from your end. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.